Hello, everybody. For those of you out there who do not know me, my name is Arethia Brooks, and welcome to my channel here at Essentials to a Journey, where we talk about all things self-care. I do have a mindset channel where I go over topics specifically to mindset. So if you are interested in that, I will leave the link down below so you can click on that and go over after this one to check that out if that's something that you're interested in and you want to go into a deeper dive into the mindset stuff, because mindset is very much closely related to self-care, and I think they're pretty much hand in hand. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link below after watching this if you're interested. So again, this channel we discuss specifically self-care, and in today's topic, what I would like to do is just give you guys a rundown of my own self-care routine, which keeps me hydrated, youthful, and pretty much energetic. So I think it's essential to put together a self-care routine. Everyone should have one, but I think also when putting together a self-care routine, you should be strategic about it, especially if you're someone who is very conscious of your time. So having a self-care routine and putting behind that self-care routine your reason, your why. So really thinking about your why before going into planning something. I'm not one of those types of people who just like to kind of see how the day goes or take everything as it comes. I mean, I do like spontaneity, but for the most part, I like to be very specific and very thoughtful and mindful when it comes to moving throughout my day and carrying out a routine. So I'll tell you the first thing, part of my self-care routine, one of the first things I like to do, and I'll give you guys a reason why for everything. So if you're interested in the reasoning, my reasoning, and I think maybe this could help you guys put together your own self-care routine, or maybe these are some things that you might want to even implement into your routine if you don't have it, or it will inspire you to probably even think about some of the things that I do, and you can implement that in your own way. But one of the first things that I like to do when I wake up in the morning is self-regulate. Before I turn on my phone or do anything specific, jump out of bed and start the day running, I like to self-regulate. And for me, self-regulation is breath work. So I will do a 10 to 15 minute, I try to keep it at a minimum 10 to 15 minutes of breath work. And I have people that I like to follow along to, like I have my favorite YouTubers who do great breathwork sessions and have mini sessions. So I'll do that, or I could also sometimes do my own breathwork, but for the most part, I like to follow along with someone else. So I regulate my nervous system, and then I like to take about 10 minutes to visualize specific things that I'd like to get done. So I just kind of run through my mind a visual of how I want my day to plan out or span out throughout the day, like the specific things that I know I'd like to get done. So I like to take 10 minutes to just kind of visualize myself moving throughout my day to get those things done. So after my visualization, I'm one of those people that like orderliness. I love my space being organized. So of course I like to make sure my bed is made. So I get up and I just kind of move things around and organize my room, wipe things down. And while I am organizing and putting things away, clearing my space for my day, I like to just run through my mind a few affirmations. So, reminding myself, for the reasoning for this is to basically remind myself of who I'm being. So throughout the day, especially in the morning, I just like to put in a couple of affirmations, have them on loop, and just kind of say them in my mind as I'm moving throughout the day, organizing my space and completing tasks. So that is the reminder. And then after I do my affirmations and clearing my space, I love to, I'm big on supplements. I love having specific supplements for certain reason. I would not recommend any, as I'm not a physician, so I don't think that's my place. However, maybe you have your own supplements or things that you like to take, but I like taking supplements, and this is to either just give me a boost of energy, but to also help me to start my day. So I love vitamin C. I'll take a vitamin C supplement, something to help support my immune system. I also like to take a probiotic, because I think as a woman, having probiotics is essential as well. So I like to have my supplements, and I like to have a glass of water, because I think starting the day hydrated is very important. And then after this, I like to go in and do a little more self-care, or I guess you can say maintenance, or grooming. And I just kind of, I'll make sure my skin is prepped and ready for the day, especially if I know I'm about to throw on some makeup, and I want to really look my best. So I make sure my skin is nicely prepped. I love flossing in the morning. I'm also very big on products, especially products being environmentally friendly. So I like to use products that are more plant-based friendly. So I will do my grooming session, and sometimes that takes me about 10 to 15 minutes. Floss as usual, like most people, brush my teeth, wash my face, prep my skin, make sure my hair is nice and back and out of the way and in a bun. And then after grooming, I love to get my mat out and basically do about 10 to 20 minutes of yoga. Yoga is, for me, it feels so good on my body, and it also keeps me centered and grounded within my body. So just moving my day enough, or moving my body enough to allow myself to feel mobile, but also to feel like I'm really anchored into myself. So yoga has really been doing that for me. So again, 10 to 20 minutes of it. And by the end of it, I usually feel really good, feeling, very energetic and mobile. And it's just also good on your body system and overall. So again, doing a nice yoga session. Pilates works as well, but anything that will just allow me to stretch my body to get myself going and moving for the day. And then after that, I like to, whether I am doing some focused work or I'm at my laptop or on my computer, I like to get things done. So if I'm working, I like to take 20 to 30 minute of focused work. So I'll focus on a specific subject or topic or whatever I'm doing, and I'll lock in for about 30 minutes, and then after I'll take a break, and then I'll do more focused work for 30 minutes. So I like to work in increments of 30, because it gives me an opportunity to just come back, to step away for a few minutes, and then go back with a fresh and a clear slate to be able to get more done. And this is also so I don't have any burnout. And during those breaks or sessions that I'm taking a break, I like to get up. So standing up, if I'm at my desk, I like to get up and just kind of stretch my body a little bit. I'll walk into the other room. I'll get a glass of water. I also like to make tea. So I'm really big on teas and sometimes coffee as well. But green tea with a bit of ginger, this helps support, I feel like, the immune system. I also love to do Manuka honey, because I think that's also really good on the immune system. And it's just a great immune supporter. So having tea in the afternoon, this also keeps me a little alert, as green tea does have a little bit of caffeine in it. So I have a green tea, or maybe matcha. Matcha's really good. Sometimes I love an espresso, nice espresso. I have an espresso machine, and if I'm really feeling, moody, I'll make an espresso shot. After this, and after I've completed a day of just really focused work, I like to wind down I'll have another glass of water. And again, I think it's healthy to drink water throughout the day. Having a glass maybe every hour or every other hour or so. But I like to get in at least 6 to 7 glasses, and definitely a glass per every meal. And I keep my meals pretty small. For example, breakfast, I like to have a light breakfast. Same thing in the afternoon, having a light lunch. And then at dinner, I like to have something a little bit more filling. But I want to say after my focused work, I like to work out, and my workout sessions are either I'm doing yoga or I'm doing a little bit of Pilates. If I'm not doing Pilates, I'll do a little bit of lifting, and this is for toning, doing a lot of toning exercises. So I'll do about 30 to 45 minutes of this. And then after I'm done with my workout session, I like to stretch because, you don't want to pull anything. You don't want to have any injuries. And I think this is great for injury prevention. So I'll cool down with that. And then I just like to wind down, having a nice dinner. And then I love a good shower as it helps me to kind of reset myself. So having a nice cool shower, and then doing again a little bit more grooming. So I love to again prep my skin for the evening, and I do have very specific products that I love to use. Sometimes I love to use a cleanser, and I think a cleanser, having a basic cleanser for the morning and the evening. Sometimes I'll do a face scrub, and then I love to use some oils for the skin. So I think having essential oils is really handy for the skin instead of using certain lotions. Or I'll shower, cool down, have a nice skincare routine that I like to do and go through. And then I just kind of like to wind myself down by either doing another breathwork session or sitting for 15 to 20 minutes to just quieting my mind before going to bed. And then sometimes I like to sleep with an affirmation before I go to bed. So I'll sit with a few affirmations, or maybe I'll just think about my day and how it went, and how maybe there was something that I wanted to get done or something didn't go my way. So I'm just basically evaluating how my day went so that when I go into the next day, I'll know how I want to move through my day. So I just kind of do a quick run through of the day, and I do a little bit more affirmations as I'm winding down, as I'm all the way through the time of me hitting the pillow. And then that's pretty much it. That's how I like to move through my day. I think this is, for me, a essential self-care routine because I only have a limited amount of time to delegate myself to specific things. So I'm pretty mindful of that. And I think, again, everyone should have a strategic self-care routine. And it doesn't matter if you have a busy day. You can, create a routine around the things that you have to get done. I think if you really want to, you can create a self-care routine. It just takes a little bit of being mindful of what you want to get done, focusing yourself on what is my specific goal here of creating a self-care routine, and then implement one, and also just looking at the timing that you do have. So I hope this has been helpful for someone. And if you've gotten any use out of this, if this has inspired you to add certain things into your day, please leave a comment down below or share this with someone that may be interested in this. And if you've gotten any good out of this, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel, because I'm here every week sharing with you guys the things that are important to me, especially when it comes to self-care. So until next time, I wish you lots of peace, light, and much love.